Hi guys, my name is Noni Matigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about uBheki Cele and why he ended up sleeping at Matlala's residence. And what he says about that, I'm going to read an article quickly for you and then I'm going to give you my 2 cents opinion. It's nice to sleep for free. Why Cele accepted Matlala's penthouse offer. Former police minister Bheki Cele stayed at the home of attempted murder accused and tenderpreneur Vusumuzi Matlala twice. He argued that he has to pay for his own travel and accommodation as he is no longer in government. Cele also criticized suspended police minister Senzo Mchunu for wanting to disband the political killing system. Given that he is no longer in government and must pay for his own travel and accommodation, former police minister Bheki Cele accepted the offer from entrepreneur Vusumuzi Matlala, who is accused of attempted murder, to stay at his luxury penthouse in Tshwane. Yes, I did stay there. It is nice to sleep for free, a confident Cele told MPs on Thursday. Cele was testifying before parliamentary ad hoc committee established to investigate allegations of criminal infiltration of South African police services. I left the government in June 2024. Any travel and accommodation arrangements are at my own expense. Mr. Matlala offered me the use of his penthouse when I am in Pretoria. Given that I travel at my own expense, I took up Mr. Matlala on his offer. I can confirm that I never visited Mr. Matlala's penthouse when I was the Minister of Police, and that I have only visited his penthouse on 2 occasions, Cele said. While staying at Matlala's luxury penthouse in the capital city, Cele said he had no idea about the allegations against the tenderpreneur. He said, I can further confirm that when I was residing in Matlala's place, I did not know all of the allegations that have now come to the surface. He claimed that the police raided his property on 6 December 2024, but that is all I knew. Unlike many criminals who were well known to me, Matlala managed to stay under the radar. I do not regard Matlala as a friend, but merely an acquaintance. I have no business interest or business relations with Mr. Matlala. Had I had any business relations with Mr. Matlala, this could easily have been verified with a search with the Companies and Intellectual Property Commission. I have never received any money or payments from Mr. Matlala, Cele said. Cele indicated that it was not long after he met Matlala that the murder accused invited him to sleep at his penthouse. MPs, including ANC MP Xola Nqola, pressed Cele on why he felt comfortable accepting an invitation to sleep at a stranger's house. Cele responded, "No, I took it. I'm not in government." He added that if he had been in government, he would have declared it, but now he does not have to declare it to anyone. He also told MK Party MP Sibonelo Nomvalo that he was happy to accept accommodation to sleep for free in Pretoria. He confirmed that he spent the night twice at Matlala's penthouse. In his affidavit and oral testimony, Cele referred to News 24 article 10 Missed Calls, Bheki Cele frantic efforts to talk to tender kingpin Kate Matlala, published on 25 August 2025. News 24 reported that Cele called Matlala repeatedly just days before his dubious SEBS tender worth 360 million was cancelled, and on the eve of his arrest in connection with the attempted murder of his former lover, actress and socialite Tebogo Tobejane. Phone records News 24 obtained revealed that Cele tried to call the tender tycoon 10 times in a single day. The flurry of calls was made on 9th May, around the time Matlala had threatened the SEBS brass with legal action should they terminate his health risk services tender, which had been scored 7 months prior. Responding to the article, Cele said, I am not someone who sends or writes text messages. If I need to contact someone, I call them until I manage to reach them. Therefore, it is not unusual for me to try to call Mr. Matlala many times in order to reach him. Regarding the allegation that there may be up to 100 text messages from me to Mr. Matlala that exists, I can confirm that this is false, and those messages would not have come from my phone. Although some people may send me texts, I do not respond to them. Any claims of a text message from me are clearly false. Cele told the committee he was first introduced to Mr. Macala through Bongani Mabonga Mpungose in December 2024. Mpungose is the son of an apprentice from Nongoma in KwaZulu-Natal who was involved in a taxi industry. He invited me to meet him at Beverly Hills Hotel in Durban in December 2024. I am not certain of the exact dates of the meeting. At the meeting, Mr. Mpungose arrived with a gentleman whom I later learned was Mr. Vusumuzi Matlala. Matlala explained that he wanted to see me to seek my assistance. Before this, I had not heard of Mr. Matlala and was not aware of his alleged criminal activities. Mr. Matlala explained that he was concerned that he was being caught up in the middle of police fight. He was advised by Mr. Mpungose to come and speak to me about how to resolve the matter, Cele said. Cele also criticized suspended police minister Senzo Mchunu over his intention to disband the political killings task team. The task team was meant to be disbanded following a directive by Mchunu on 31st December 2024. In my view, the political killings task team was established by IMC Inter-Ministerial Committee under the leadership of the president, and therefore only the IMC could disestablish it. I have heard in these hearings the submission that no IMC had been established under the 7th administration. I submit that this argument is incorrect, he said. He told the committee that Matlala explained to him that he believed that he was being used in two ways, Cele said. The first was Matlala explained that he had been approached to fund a project by someone who aims to be ANC president or deputy president, specifically Minister Mchunu. He said that he had met Brown Mokgotsi and Minister Mchunu to discuss this project he was asked to fund. In the meeting, he conveyed to me that he was told that if he was to work well with them on this project, he had to keep far away from me, former President Jacob Zuma. I do not know why he was want to keep away from me. Cele said the second way in which Matlala explained he had been used was that Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya forced him to bring false charges against Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo and members of the political killings task team. Oh. The members of the political killings task team had been seconded to the Gauteng counterintelligence operation for the raid that took place at Matlala's home on the 6th December 2024. Matlala explained that Sibiya had written an affidavit on his behalf alleging that during the raid on his home, Matlala's Rolex watch was stolen by members of the political killings task team seconded to the Gauteng counterintelligence operation. However, the Rolex was in Matlala's possession and had not been stolen. The false allegation he was instructed to make was the Khumalo police officer, the political killings task team, working with Gauteng counterintelligence, had stolen the property, specifically the watch, in an attempt to render the raid unlawful, Cele said. Cele was exposing here of grave concern to Cele was the allegation that Sibiya had instructed Matlala to bring charges against Khumalo for unlawful raid and theft. I asked Matlala why he took Khumalo to court if he did not want to take him to court. He informed me that it was because he was being forced to do so by Sibiya. It was clear that Sibiya was using Matlala to fight with Khumalo, Cele said. Cele's testimony will continue today on Friday. Guys, it's Ramengaka. Anyway, Peggy Cele is exposing and agreeing with and shedding light on a lot of things, guys. So what are your thoughts when it comes to this? Because I'm here. He is exposing everyone. He's coming for all of them. And now, what for me, there is no coming back for Mchunu on this. I being a president, he must kiss it goodbye. He's never going to be the president of South Africa. He's no Jacob Zuma. It's not going to happen. Whoa. Anyway, I'll see you on our next video. Thank you so much. What are your thoughts when it comes to this? Let's talk in the comment section. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.